Let's talk about big dreams, the kind of dreams that keep you awake at night, that make your heart pound just thinking about them. Here's the truth: big dreams come with a price. And I'm not talking about talent or potential, I'm talking about sacrifice. Most people want the dream but aren't willing to pay the cost. Today, I'm going to show you why, if you're not prepared to give up comfort, ease, and sometimes even security, your big dreams will stay just that, dreams. So stay with me, because by the end of this talk, you'll not only understand what it takes to turn that dream into reality, but you'll be ready to make those sacrifices, starting today. When you think about your big dream, take a moment to really measure its scope. A big dream is often something that scares you a little or a lot because it's going to ask for more than a casual commitment. It requires an unwavering dedication and a depth of passion that doesn't just appear overnight. People often don't realize that the size of the dream has to be matched with a level of sacrifice that's equally massive. And that's why so many people stay stuck. They're holding on to a vision but haven't fully accepted what it's going to demand. This isn't about just having a nice goal. It's about something that stretches you beyond the familiar and forces you to tap into a side of yourself you may have never seen. When we're talking about something as big as a life-changing goal, the usual efforts just won't cut it. Think of it like climbing a mountain. The higher you want to go, the tougher the terrain gets, and the air is thinner the closer you get to the top. Achieving your big dream requires endurance, strength, and a willingness to push through when most people would quit. There's a price to be paid for every level of success, and the bigger the dream, the steeper the cost. People often admire those who reach the top, but don't realize that every successful person has made sacrifices others don't see. To achieve a big dream, you have to move past any idea of normal effort. That means showing up even when you're tired, even when others say it's impossible, and even when there's a voice inside telling you to stop. You'll find that each step forward is not just a physical effort. It's a mental commitment that's renewed every day. You have to be relentless, keeping that dream in front of you no matter how long it takes or how hard it seems, because that's the reality of the level of dedication big dreams demand. Ultimately, the process of going after a big dream transforms you. It pulls out qualities like resilience, creativity, and determination that you might not even know you had, and it's only through this kind of full throttle pursuit that you grow into the person capable of achieving that dream. You start to realize that this is not just about reaching a goal, it's about becoming the person who can reach it. And in the end, that transformation is part of the reward because you'll have earned every bit of it. We love comfort. It's cozy, familiar, and safe, but comfort is the #1 reason people stay stuck. It's a silent trap that keeps you within the boundaries of what you already know, where growth is limited and progress is slow. If you're serious about achieving a big dream, comfort has to go out the window. The thing is, comfort zones are like a soft cushion that prevents you from pushing against the edge, and while they may feel good in the short term, they keep you away from what's truly possible. Stepping out of your comfort zone isn't just something you do once, it's a daily choice. Every single day, you're going to face moments where you can choose comfort or growth. And choosing growth means embracing uncertainty, facing rejection, and learning from failure. Growth demands that you face things you might want to avoid, like taking risks, handling criticism, or confronting your own self-doubt. But every time you do, you're reinforcing the part of you that's capable of handling what big dreams require. When you look at anyone who's achieved greatness, you'll notice one thing: they didn't get there by staying in their comfort zone. They stretched beyond it again and again until the discomfort became familiar. This is the irony of growth. What once felt impossible becomes second nature, and each uncomfortable step becomes a new part of who you are. Growth doesn't happen when things are easy. It happens when things get challenging and when you're forced to adapt and improve. In the end, giving up comfort is a form of freedom. You stop relying on familiar routines or predictable outcomes, and you start to trust yourself to handle whatever comes your way. You start to see that the comfort zone isn't a safe place, it's a limiting one. And when you step out of it regularly, you're building the strength, resilience, and adaptability that big dreams require. You begin to see the world as a place where your potential is only limited by how far you're willing to stretch. Big dreams aren't built in a single day. And they certainly don't come from a single act. They're the result of countless small decisions, daily sacrifices, and choices that often seem trivial but compound over time. Every time you choose your dream over an easier option, you're making an investment in your future. It's the morning you choose to wake up an hour early to work on your goal, the night you skip Netflix to study or practice, and the weekend you spend building your skills rather than relaxing with friends. These small sacrifices might feel insignificant in the moment, but each one is a brick in the foundation of your success. It's like saving a little money each day. It doesn't seem like much at first, but over time it grows into something significant. People who achieve big dreams are those who understand the power of compounded effort, the impact of putting in work day after day, even when they can't see the immediate results. They know that these daily choices are leading them towards something far bigger than any single sacrifice. Making these sacrifices also teaches you discipline. It trains you to focus on long-term rewards rather than immediate gratification, and that's one of the most powerful lessons you can learn on the path to a big dream. Because here's the truth, discipline isn't about depriving yourself, it's about prioritizing what really matters. Every sacrifice is a reminder of why your dream is worth it and keeps you laser focused on your goals. Eventually, you'll look back and realize that those small daily sacrifices weren't just building your dream, they were building you. They shaped you into someone who values commitment, persistence, and resilience. They created a version of you who is equipped to handle the journey and succeed. And at that point, the sacrifices don't feel like sacrifices anymore. They feel like the path to becoming who you were always meant to be. Every big dream requires a willingness to endure short-term pain for long-term gain. This means sacrificing comfort today for something that may be months or even years down the line. It's not easy because we're wired to seek immediate pleasure and avoid pain. But the people dummy. Who achieve big things are the ones who've learned to see beyond the present moment. They understand that every sacrifice they make today is an investment in a future that's worth it. I think of it like planting seeds in a garden. You don't see the fruits of your labor right away, but you keep tending, watering, and caring for the seeds because you know that eventually there will be a harvest. Short-term sacrifices are exactly the same. They may not give you instant results, but with time, they yield massive rewards. It's the ultimate delayed gratification, and it's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Accepting short-term pain also means you're building mental toughness. You're training yourself to endure discomfort without breaking, and this resilience becomes one of your greatest strengths. Big dreams test your endurance, your patience, and your ability to stay committed when things are hard. This is what makes the journey to a big dream so transformative. It doesn't just change your life, it changes who you are. In the end, every short-term sacrifice, every moment of discomfort becomes part of the story of your success. You'll look back one day and realize that every tough moment, every instance where you chose the hard path was worth it because it brought you closer to the life you wanted. And that's a satisfaction you can't get any other way. It's the satisfaction of knowing that you earned every bit of your success. On the path to any big dream, failure isn't just a possibility, it's inevitable. You're going to hit walls, face setbacks, and make mistakes, and that's part of the journey. Every failure is a learning opportunity, a chance to gather insight and grow stronger. People who achieve big dreams don't avoid failure, they embrace it, they learn from it, and they use it as fuel to keep going. The problem is we're often taught to fear failure, to see it as something to be ashamed of or to hide from. But when you're chasing a big dream, you have to change your relationship with failure. You have to see it as feedback, as a necessary step forward. Every time you fail, you're gathering valuable information, what worked, what didn't, what needs to change. And with every lesson, you're getting closer to your goal. Embracing failure also builds resilience. It teaches you that you can survive setbacks and come back stronger. Every time you pick yourself up and try again, you're building a mental toughness that will serve you throughout your journey. This is what makes failure such a powerful teacher. It gives you the tools you need to face bigger challenges as you get closer to your dream. In the end, failure becomes a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. It becomes part of your success story, something you look back on with pride because it tested you, pushed you, and ultimately made you stronger. Without failure, there's no growth, no learning, no real progress. And that's why people who achieve big dreams are those who learn to embrace failure and keep moving.